Hello. Been feeling very under the weather today, so we'll see how long I stay on. Helps if the camera wasn't beat around as well. Arnie, no. Stop it. Of course. Hello. Trying to get some motivation up. I had some Sonic on Saturday and haven't felt right since. I just gotta kind of get through it, don't I? How do you feel after your wonderfully turbulent descending of the footwell yesterday? I'm reminded of a time in England that Jen fucking loved it because you remember in the spring the spiders would just be everywhere, even in your house. And there always seemed to be that one that waited till you were walking down the stairs to just drop right down in front of your eye line. Yeah, I hear that. Well, I had one of those spiders hit me in the stairs at home in England. Jen was behind me, didn't see the spider. All she saw was my feet go out from under me, and I went sliding down the stairs on my ass, just boom, 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 boom. And she was laughing. Arnie, no. No. Okay, down you go. See, I've got the legs, the hips, and the back assembled. My Mr. Surfacer arrived today, so we'll be able to do some cast texture. I hope to at least get the basic assembly finished today. We'll see. And on top of it, I think I've probably got a cold or something coming on because my nose has been running all day. I definitely overdid it over the weekend, though. Are you gonna listen, or are you gonna be a pain in the butt? Hmm? You got hi, Boogie. Come here. There you go. No. No! All the cats know I'm not feeling too great, so they're all trying to do their own thing to make me feel better. Except Frankie and Ellie, they're actually leaving me alone. It's like, you couldn't have done all this in the hour and a half I was on the couch. I almost passed back out for a little while. But with how early I've got to be up tomorrow, I really don't want to have a nap. How is everybody? Is your house's construction still going well? Like, I don't mind petting him when he's right here. I just don't like it when he decides to say, I'm gonna come onto the table. Especially when I got all the sprues laid out here. Yeah. You can just stay there like a good boy, old man. Ah, my face. I need the end sprue. Making the elbows. And 12. 13. The past few days has been feeling really drained and lethargic. Maybe I should have some candy corn. Honey flavored wax. Are your puppers enjoying Texas a lot more? Too bad you couldn't have made a little terrarium for Toad and Skink and brought them with you. Yeah, at least they got plenty to play with at the house you're at now. As long as I pet him periodically, he should leave me alone. No? No. Arnie, no. You're stubborn today, you know that? No, this isn't for you. No. No. Back. Back. Stop that. He might be getting put on the floor again. He keeps this up. Good boy. I might have to run upstairs in a minute and grab a drink. I didn't know if I wanted to continue this one just yet or work on the Heinrich or even the Nut Rocker. Saturday was a very long day. Had fun at the contest, though. I'll be right back. I do need to get something to drink. Well, I'm back, but we have a visitor. Again. He's showing you his best side. He has a lot to say. Hey, Frank. what are we doing? Hmm? What? First Arnie, now Frank. Yeah. Frankie. You know where you're supposed to be. There you go. We'll do our best today. So I need the K sprues. Missing something? There it is. Hey, hexagon. Okay. How are you, Eduardo? I don't see what the dimensionality of a hexagon has to do with building a machining Krieger kit. Okay, this will be your only warning. Contribute or admins will remove you. PC3J. Hey, Scaled Crafts, not much. Just trying to do some streaming, not feeling too hot today. And then we got some kind of bot on the YouTube side, which is just making weird statements. Ares, clean up, aisle 2. I don't know what it is. I went to a contest last week. I did well in figures, but it feels like I was competing against myself. And I think I just overdid it that way, and it feels like I haven't fully recovered. And I may have eaten some bad fast food. Which is still with me from that day. I'm still recovering from it anyway. How are you? My next day off after this will be Monday. Yep, kitty. Yeah, Arnie's back. I'm just trying to piece all this together before I glue anything. Really not too worried about anything not moving because there's nothing movable to be had in these parts. Working on the one of the Schwarzer Hund variants from Maschinen Krieger. Its instructions are nothing if a little vague sometimes. Okay, I need the S screw and the K again. Keep the ends. Arnie, you're a great companion. I need my instructions. You know, I don't think I've got my ads turned up too high as far as frequency. Yeah, I don't know if that was a bot or just somebody being weird, or somebody who was just way too far into Maschinen Krieger on the YouTube site. But if your first two or three posts are nothing but gibberish, I'm gonna consider you kinda not here to actually participate. And he could have been talking about plasma shields for this thing. However, as far as I know, plasma shields don't exist in Maschinen Krieger. Yeah, YouTube isn't so bad right now, but both YouTube and Twitch really need to change the algorithms, do some house cleaning, and stop promoting the crap, or else it's gonna have another mass exodus. I tried Kick for like 2 days, and then still something didn't feel right, and I'm glad I haven't been on there because I've heard what it's full of. Well, it's because it's totally unregulated. You know, people give Twitch crap, but overall, it's a lot better than it used to be. Where's the S sprue? Okay, I need that. These go with the next arm I build. Sorry, just organizing pieces. I just wish Twitch would actually promote constructive streamers more than some of the other crap that's crept in over the years. And that's across the board, not just, you know, not just for me, so to speak. Hey, Alex. But everybody, you know. Because I always hear about the art side and the craft side. Just everybody has trouble getting engagement. And it's like, unless you're a character that's so high energy you got caffeine running through your veins, or something else, you're really not going to get noticed. And I'm sorry, I can't be a character or an OnlyFans model. So, where does that leave me? Okay, so this is the right upper arm, which will go with this hand. It just feels like people like me get the short end of the stick. And I know the other half of my problem is I'm hardly ever on, but those two kind of go hand in hand, don't they? Oh, I'm working on that. I actually just picked up something I can't build on stream because of that. Because I just noticed that my wife had gotten me a couple of the beach-themed Frame Arms girls over the years, and they just seemed out of place. I'll show you what I got, and this will go towards the hot tub thing, because I'll probably start printing that out here soon. So this came out. It's an alternate version of the Striker Fox character that you built. And this will go great with the hot tub, because all that comes with it. The umbrella, everything. Thank you, Alex. There is a reason that I can't stream it. Maybe on Kick I could, but here I can't. If you notice, these tops are separate pieces. Because they are anatomically correct. But it comes with some other things that would go with the hot tub theme. I think Zacho Aurelius did a review of this kit, if you want to catch that on his channel. But yeah, it comes with all these extra bits, which will go in nicely with the hot tub, because I need something to put on the deck around it. But I still have the bookmark saved for that hot tub. And then we just need to figure out the the dry ice aspect to get the bubbly look. The real question is, will people notice for the piss take that it is, or will it just get simps out of the blue? Or both? Because between the bikini versions of Hresvelger that I've got, the extra bodies that I could build with, like the stereotypical swimsuit for Japan, and then the extra bodies that come in some of these kits, a scene could be made. I'm sure it would break YouTube's terms of service, though. They don't seem to like scantily clad bodies, even though they're properly clothed. I tried uploading pictures of my Devil Girl figure that I painted once, and was told that it violated something, so I had to pick something else. But we can watch videos of people getting smacked by cars left and right. You know, that's fine. We'll see. Look real quick. It's $5. Maybe next payday I'll buy that and start printing it. That and the resin. And then we'll see if anybody catches on to what's going on. Yeah, I just didn't think the figure would be anatomically correct like that. I didn't know when I bought it, to be honest. I'm like, oh, neat, accessories, and then, oh. Like, how's the one meme go? Oh, no. No. Did somebody just try and come up next to me? There we go. Okay, what's going on here? need the S sprues again. Wherever I put it, that's an N, that's an N, there's the S. I'm trying to get through the tedium of this step of construction as quickly as possible without being too crude, because I want to get to the texturing and stuff. But before I go further on the arms, I've actually got to take a step back now the sanding is done. Alright, no worries. I'll try and catch you if I'm on. Usually I haven't been on Twitch or anything much else lately, aside from when I'm streaming. Okay, so let's take a step back and get these nuts and bolts taken care of. So you really can't see, but you'll notice there's like little rings in the plastic. And then it gives you nuts and bolts to slice off and then glue on. Again, another old staple detailing trick of the Machining Krieger stuff. Because the original models were scratch built, and even on these new ones it allows the details to be there. What's up, Aries? What's the test for? Because if these are just molded in place, mold draw and other factors could soften them or make them not stand out as well. And if I do the cast texture first, I'll lose the locating points for those details. In the paws or in general? Here, one moment. Maybe I've got to reload the URL. So this comes with two options. I could either use this one, where they're just molded on the sprue, or I can slice them off. For some reason I like the slice off method a little bit better. Gotcha. The Charlie sprue. This is it. Yep. 14. I'm trying to see if I can remember what I liked about machining Krieger kits from back in the day. It was a time it was all I was building. Alright, let's check it. I wonder what the hell actually happened. So did the coding just get crossed with something else? Strange that it would even be able to happen. Thank you. Weird. And the main reason I say weird is because you're the one that made it. Nobody else should have access to it to even do that. I'm starting to feel a little better. I think I just needed to hydrate some and get some more electrolytes in me. And having to push through that, to push through work feeling like that, didn't help. Arnie, no. I've talked to you about this, Arnie. Is it time for a cat break? I've been on for almost an hour. But you guys have been in the stream a lot so far today. I don't know, what do you guys say? Cat break? I think that's a yes from Aries. I really wish that the Nutcracker, whatever you want to call it, because it's gone by both names. I wish this was in 1/20th scale. This is actually the second kit made of this vehicle. And this is in 35th scale, so at least it's common with other armored vehicles. So that's the main hull. But the really cool thing is, it comes with a 35th scale Heinrich suit and a 35th scale Melusine suit. I don't know if I'll do this or the big scale Heinrich next. Arnie, I can't close the box if you're headbutting my hand while I'm trying to do this. Hi, fluffy boy. Oh. You're just rubbing all up on me. Give me a second. No, do not bite my cord. You've been really bad about that lately. Yeah, you've been a bad cord biter lately. But you're 17, so we'll forgive you a little bit. Good boy. What was that? No. Here. There you go. Alright, let's get back on track with the arms. Right. Get that in there. My main concern is I don't want to elbow him by doing something, you know? And this... Really? Okay. Alright, so we got articulation there. Okay. And then this one here. Next up is going to be the head, like Voltron. I didn't notice this got flipped around. There we go. this in here. All right. I need the Q sprue. Wait, wrong Q. And for some reason I have a feeling that Star Trek reference was just lost on a lot of people. I'm very sorry. Q3. Q6 and 5. You know, I'd consider that a vacation from right now, to be honest. At least I know what to expect there. Yeah, I think the only person worse at making Star Trek jokes than me is Will Wheaton. Oh, let me know if this music's a bit too strange. I'll turn it. If it doesn't change up anytime soon. That's what your mother said, Trebek. Bad Saturday Night Live reference, too. I had the wife go to Hobby Lobby yesterday and get me some more cement too. Excuse me. Ugh. Go. Sprue S1. It's what everybody else do over the weekend. After the model contest on Saturday, I went to a car show on Sunday, which was fine, except in typical fashion, one of the local rednecks had to show up with political flags all over his truck. It's like, it's a car show. I get it, you've got your stance. Doesn't mean the rest of us gotta see it. It's like, what do politics, religion, and a penis all have in common? Don't talk about it. Don't whip it out in public, and especially don't whip it out in front of children. I might have to take a pause and blow my nose because this is getting ridiculous. I need sprue Z. No, I'll need this in a moment, I think. That's Y. That's Z. I'll be back in just a second.
I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him, takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
Alright, maybe that'll keep me from sniffling for about, I don't know, 2 minutes. I just don't like it because it makes it look like I'm trying to stave off taking a hit of crack or coke or something. It's like, you know, it's like some villain from the 80s. Now, in the grand scheme of Machine and Krieger, these mechs are relatively new. I know there was a sketch done in a sketchbook a while back of the basic one, but the kits themselves didn't exist until the mid to late 2000s. Like the artwork for this one wasn't even done until 2021. Oh, look, I've gone and caught a sniffle. I'm not Dr. Jones looking for the tapestries, though. Ow, 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 ow. Or do I just catch on to the references like that way too easily? Well, mine's been done for a while. I used to have the Futch version, but that caught a nasty accident. But I still have the Hasegawa one. Arnie, please. He's on the sprues. I need you over here. Thank you. Over here. Thank you. Thank you. It's a good thing I'm doing the cast texture because that glob of glue just went down my finger. Oh well. Gonna need to use it to fill that stuff anyway. Yes, it is. Yeah, Hasegawa and Wave, until recently, were the only two companies doing it. Plumx has now started producing kits from this range in 35th scale, so they're doing a uniform, standardized scaling of their own. The next one I might get is the Krotchenvogel. I think that's how you pronounce it. If it is, cool. If it's not, oh well. If I could find a neat way to paint this thing black, I would. Because that decal is supposed to go on the front plate right under the head. What does that look to you? A lot of Halloween themed stuff in this kit. Gotta pause again. Yeah, that decal's a little too on the nose. Especially considering the submodel of this kit is the Schwarzer Hund. I was almost thinking if there's a way I was almost thinking like the blue and black scheme that Japan used to put on their F4s and their F14s. That would look kind of cool on this if I could make it work, but I don't know how overall. I'm kind of out of ideas on that. Ernie, what are you trying to do here? You keep creeping up on me. Aries, did you ever see any of the F-15Js that were painted in the blue and black scheme at all? Okay, Arnie, this is why you can't be on the desk. Need the Y sprue. Why? There it is. There's going to be some leftover parts. I don't know what, because Some of the armor sizes and shapes are different depending on which one you build. Why are you pulling an alley today? This is very strange for you. I have the weird feeling one of us is waking up dead tomorrow. Arnie doesn't want to leave my side. He's acting very strange. It could be a sign that he's on the way out, or I am unknowingly on the way out. Normally he comes up, gets his attention, and gets down and goes off and finds a nice corner to sleep in, or the back of the couch. Today, he's been right here. Aside from when he has to go to the bathroom or go eat, he has been right there. And he is 17, so it could very well be that it is getting near the end time for him. So before I go putting these little pieces on, I'm going to have to do the stippling on there. Wow, there's still a lot left to do. We still got 2 pages worth of stuff. So let's push forward on building the rest. No, this one has a laser arm. The Heinrich and the PKAs all have the stupidly large Panzerfaust. There is a different version of this one that has like 4 Panzer Shreks mounted on its back. Sitting on my foot too long, now it's numb. I am not having the best of days today. Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 different variants of this thing. Yeah, I stopped trying to keep all the different versions straight because they just came out too quickly back then. Wow. Turn off my heater for a minute too. Hey Silver, we are working on a Maschinenkrieger Grosser Hund variant. Got most of the main body built. I'm just trying to get the rest kind of together before I do the cast texturing. A7. Okay, Arnie, you need to get on the floor. I can't have you up here, bud. missing a part. I like to kind of display them on their own, though. Too many together in one scene distracts from the model itself. I was never much of a diorama maker. A display base to offset the model, to show it off, that's fine. I was just never a fan of dioramas. Not like big, sprawling ones, anyway. More a vignette type of thing. That and dioramas take up a lot more room. There's that. There we go. And I saw on my feed this morning that the Soul Reaver series is going to be getting remastered. I can only hope that one, they do it well, and two, if there's any additional music, they bring back Kurt Harland and Information Society to do the music again. I may still find a way to incorporate that mouth decal. Even if I can't paint it to look like the alien. Then I want to see if I can find some suitable figures, because this one, as much as I want to put it like in something more dynamic, the engine's open. So I was thinking more of having the hatch open and have somebody in the back of it tinkering on it. Excuse me. So today's goal is to at least get through the basic construction and the stippling for the cast texture. Painting probably won't be for a little while still. My next day off stream will be Monday, and after that it will be Wednesday the 2nd, but that day I may not stream. My wife will need me. She's got a procedure that day. They'll be knocking her out. So, if I'm able to get on, I will, but for right now, it's not looking like it. I'll try and get on some of the days when I'm off work a little earlier. Life has just decided to make itself terribly busy for me lately. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. There's nothing wrong, it's just with some of the things going on in her family lately. She's having some preventative scans done just to make sure. That's better. Yeah, lately I've just relegated the streaming to mainly if and when I feel like it. I'm not going to force myself to because I just don't have the time a lot of times. So N11. Q18W3. I know I'm just throwing weird letters and number combinations. So I need number 18. Arnie. You're going to be getting right back down here, boy. Sorry, bud. I know you want the attention, but you're in the way. When I'm done, we'll put on the Quiet Man or Forbidden Planet and we'll get on the couch, okay? Speaking of Forbidden Planet, did you see they found the original backdrop for the film? The planet surface backdrop, still in use. And if you haven't seen Forbidden Planet, you really need to see it. Classic sci-fi film. It's saying I need to put the head on. As far as I can tell, there's nothing on the head that needs to go on right now. Hey, Kitbash. Thank you, and welcome. Yeah, we're just working on this. Trying to, anyway. I haven't built a Machining Krieger kit in quite some time. So those go in there. Okay. I think I see how this is supposed to fit. The destructions aren't very clear, but I think I'm getting it. Yeah, Leslie Nielsen in a very rare for him serious acting role. And nobody calls him Shirley. And believe it or not, a lot of what we consider modern sci-fi wouldn't exist if it weren't for that film. Okay. I think even the costumes were recycled for a couple dozen different episodes of Twilight Zone. Sprues. Number 11 on each of them. But it is Wednesday for most everybody. Today's more my Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, you forget the info level dump that we have on this channel. Or the info dump level, I should say. And the C-57D from the film was also an Easter egg in Serenity. Input! Yeah. I'm glad that's a series of movies that every time they talk about wanting to do another one or rebooting it, they never really happens. Stick to the model, not me. So what would you all like to see next? The Nutcracker or the Heinrich suit? You always say that doesn't matter to you. This goes on here. N20. I almost didn't buy it until that I saw it came with the two suits. I wish one of them was the super armored fighting suit, though. Just so you could redo the scene from the live action Nutcracker film, or Nutrocker film. I mean, it's 80s cheesy goodness, but it's the closest official thing we've got to Machine and Krieger yet, as far as a film. See if I can find it. I know it's on YouTube. Found it. It's cheesy as all hell, but it's watchable. unless Henry Cavill comes out as a long-time Machine and Krieger fan, nothing else is going to happen. I doubt the creator's gonna let his guard down on rights and stuff on it too. After what he had to go through to get him back from Hobby Japan. My head still feels like it's full of lead. Maybe we won't get as far as doing the cast texture today. I wanted to show it off, but man, I am just feeling tired. It feels like no matter how much sleep I get, it's not enough. Been trying to take melatonin at night to see if that helps keep me under. It's kind of working, but I don't know if maybe it's keeping me too far under. Because if not, every little noise in the house keeps me awake. What I'm doing here is there's ejector pin marks. I'm trying to see which ones I have to fill, which ones I have to sand down. The ones I need to fill still show up as a dark spot. The ones I need to sand down have a ring around them. I can hit those with some Mr. Surfacer when I'm doing the stippling, which will fill in the low spot. I can sand it smooth. Well, the original thing behind this was a collaboration between Ko Yokoyama and Hobby Japan. He was doing the model work, they were doing like the writing, stuff like that. Or they were releasing it in a magazine at the least. And at some point, Hobby Japan began to claim the designs that he made for the articles, since they were the ones printing the articles. So there was confusion as to who owned the rights to what. Turns out Hobby Japan owned the rights to the name SF3D, but Ko Yokoyama owned the rights to the models and the designs therein. So as soon as he won back the rights to the models, he rebranded it as Maschinen Krieger. And then the rest is what we see. I know that's the short version of it. There's probably other people out there that know a hell of a lot more than I do. But that's the basics from what I can understand. So any kits that you see with that, those are original from the run of the Hobby Japan time period, right? And then anything that you see with this labeling are from the time after the rights were awarded to Ko Yokoyama. I think I got that Heinrich for a steal. I only paid 20 for it at the contest. I believe it's going for 60. Well, Nitto still made some under the Maschinen Krieger branding, because the molds were reused once the rights were restored. But then there was some stuff behind that. Because a lot of the Nitto plastic was still used in later reissues of the kit. They had like a backlog of moldings that they'd done, but they weren't able to sell. And I just stabbed myself in the thumb. I might get this guy put together and do a short tonight with it, just to show the progress for anybody who's been watching but wasn't able to hang around. And as much as some of the Plumax kits interest me, I don't know, something about 1/20th scale just feels right for these. Big enough you can detail the hell out of them, but small enough they don't dominate your room or your shelf or anything like that. I do need to take a pause though, at least take an eye break. I'll be right back. Yeah, it's a space type. Need the F sprues. I went upstairs and took some ibuprofen too. Let's see if it helps at all. Just my jaw has been feeling really tight today too. Sinus stuff going on. There's probably a weather change coming through that's fucking me up. I don't know. At least ibuprofen will help with some inflammation. Wanted some chicken noodle soup last night, but it was all gone. I have been cutting stuff. Just sometimes it's easier for me to hold it off screen, especially the smaller parts. Trying to maintain everything right here. Sometimes you don't have the best angle. Helps if I don't get that backwards. There we go. But I'm mainly just doing this for fun. V1s. I think Plowmax is even doing a series of these in 35th scale. I'd have to check though. They seem to be in a hurry to get a lot of the older style stuff out, like the Croat and the Custer and the Pack Croat. And before Hasegawa came along, the only nut rocker or nutcracker kit was either a 76 scale one done by Nitto back in the day, or a more recent 1/20th scale resin kit that for a lot of people was extremely difficult to get. Okay. There's those. Okay, I see how those go now. Alright. Need the C-sprue. Gonna need to anyway if we get to the stippling. We're almost done with this sprue. I think that one's more specific to the Altair. Keep it handy just in case. And we still have to go through and add weld beads and everything else to this thing too. This is only the beginning. Hopefully when I get to the weld beads in the next day or two, I'll be feeling in a much better condition too. Bingo. Bingo. I love undergating for Gundam kits and Mecha Musume kits and other things like that. For Machine and Krieger, not so much. I do understand it makes it a bit easier to mold the part in some cases too, but it's just a pain in the butt to remove that undergating sometimes. It makes sense on the Gundam kits and such, especially something you don't essentially have to paint, in that it puts the gate in a way that it doesn't show on the finished surface of the model when it's not painted. So if you spend a lot of time working on a perfect grade Wing Zero kit or something, and say, use this for an example. You notice here how the part attaches to the sprue on the underside, where you're going to glue it, where basically you're never going to see that. That's great, especially on a snap together kit you're not painting, because it puts the marring of the part in an area you're not going to see, even on a snap together. Whereas say it was here on the outside or more on the edge here, that would leave a whitish mark from, depending on the cutters you use and the cleanup methods you use, which would then spoil the appearance of the model. It's taken Kotobukiya and a couple of the other companies a bit longer to kind of get on board with that. And I remember reading somewhere that for the longest time, Bandai kind of had a patent priority on it. Like, they had the exclusive patent on it that you couldn't use it without their permission. I could be wrong, though. Bandai likes to play things very close to the chest. So the boosters can be left off, they'll be painted metallic. Those can be left loose. I need to get the mounts for those. From the F sprue. Bear with me a moment. There we go. Okay. I was right about that part for the Altair. Charlie 3. Okay. Let me get the tank built first and glued in, because that gets centered. But we are done with this sprue. Empty. It really would be nice if there was a more widespread and organized sprue recycling program. I've heard there are actually such programs in other countries, but not here. That on upside down? Maybe. No, we're good. Okay. Yeah, I'll leave those off until I get the wires glued in. So, to the newcomers here, what do y'all like to build? I do a little bit of everything. If you want to see some of my older Machine and Krieger builds, I can go grab some. They're on a shelf on the other side of the room. thank you, Ares. Okay, there's those. That's what I'm going to say is the place where it belongs, because the curvature matches the part of the hull right there. I'm sure somebody else out there will tell me I'm wrong, but that's fine. So I need these. Are we done with these? We are done with these. No, we're not. Just give me one moment. We're almost done with the main assembly. If I can stop dropping shit. Oh, there we go. I bet you guys would like to see my first Maschinen Krieger model. That one's upstairs. And it was actually posted in Fine Scale Modeler, or published in Fine Scale Modeler, back in 2007. Those. We're almost ready. 2 more pieces to glue. There's some other pieces I've got to figure out, but I'll have to do that off stream because there might be much gnashing of teeth and odd angle holding. To a degree. I got into that habit before, and the kits themselves come with so many different variation parts these days that it's kind of counterproductive now. It kind of started to turn into an almost a bad hoarder's habit, to be honest, because you would think, ooh, I could use this, and you never do. So there's wires that are going to, or not wires, but this rubber tubing here that are going to get glued onto the arms and then brought up into the neck and shoulder area for gluing later, which that's what I have to figure out, and it's also why I haven't really got the shoulder armor in place yet. I have to reglue that, but that's fine. Any marring will be hidden by the texture. And honestly, don't let anybody tell you you're building Machining Krieger wrong. Simply because there is no right way. There really isn't. There are other ways, but there's no right way or wrong way. That's again, longtime viewers know that's my biggest pet peeve in model building, especially science fiction model building. When you're not building something the way the viewer wants you to build it. So there's the temp assembled figure. I'm gonna make some of those sensors and stuff pop. But let me run upstairs and grab my... Where does that go? Ah, this goes... This goes to a part I haven't glued on yet. Okay. No, in this one I only, really paid for one version. There are others, but they're radically different enough that you don't feel like you're buying this kit 3 times and just gluing one little thing differently like the old days with the Heinrich and stuff. That'll get glued down there. Okay. Alright, yep, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go grab the, grab a couple models. 1 minute. Alright, I'm back. So, they are a little dusty. So the first one I ever made was the original super armored fighting suit with the singular figure next to it. I grabbed another one off of like a pit crew figure kit. A softer brush for dusting up here. Didn't know what I was doing, just enjoying the build, and ran with it. And this was featured in a 2007 issue of Fine Scale Modeler as well. Like I said, a little dusty. One of the next ones was the Wave AFS reissue, which is a in-universe precursor to what you just saw there. Not exactly German ambush, but inspired by it. Wish my camera did better focus up close. Well, it can if I block off enough of it. Or get it close enough, sometimes. It doesn't want to play nice today. And then an original issue Raccoon, which is a space-type version of the super armored fighting suit. Fun little models to build. I've also got a Croat that I've done, the King Croat, the Luna Diver Stingray, a bunch of other different things. But we've been at it for almost 3 hours as it is. It's 4 o'clock my time. And I do need to go upstairs, get with the wife on what we want to do for dinner. Because I would like to eat tonight. At some point. Hopefully we'll be able to make a little more progress on this. The next stream will either be painting or texturing. I might get the texturing out of the way off screen. We'll have to save the demonstration for that for another time. Mainly because I just want to do some forward momentum on it. I haven't been able to really work on stuff the past couple days because, again, I haven't felt well. I'm a little further behind on this than I wanted to be. And I just got my Mr. Surfacer in today, so. But I think we've reached a good stopping point. Yeah, I gotta work tomorrow too. I gotta be in early. So, thank you everybody for watching. If you've been on YouTube and you've subscribed, thank you for the sub. And on Twitch, if anyone's followed or subbed on there that the alert didn't come over, thank you again. I hope you all have a good day, and